Okay, if you recall in the video that I did for matrix solutions to linear systems, this was the last problem that I did. And in that video, I showed you how to use matrix row operations to, excuse me, to solve this system of equations, which might have been time consuming and might be a little bit tedious for you to do. Fortunately, your TI-83 and TI-84 graphing calculator can solve a system of linear systems like this. Okay, and it does the matrix row operations for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is in this video is show you how to use the TI-83 or the TI-84 graphing calculator to solve this particular system of linear equations. Here I got the 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 18, x minus y plus 2z is equal to 9, x plus 2y minus z is equal to 6. The first thing I'm going to do is convert this into a augmented matrix, and I explained that in that previous video that dealt with matrix solutions to linear systems. So if you're not familiar with converting a system of equations to an augmented matrix, you might want to watch that video and see how we were able to do that. Okay, in this case here, the first equation, 2x plus y plus 2z is equal to 18. Keep in mind the x column is your coefficient of x's. The second column is the coefficient of y's. The third column is the coefficient of z's. The vertical bar represents your equal sign. The last column represents your constants. So for 2x plus 2y plus 2z equal to 18, it'll be 2, 1, 2, and 18. The second equation, x minus y plus 2z is equal to 9. So here you got 1, negative 1, 2, and 9. And then x plus 2y minus z is equal to 6. So this will be 1, 2, negative 1, and 6. That's your augmented matrix from a system of linear equations. Now we're going to enter this augmented matrix into our graphing calculator. So I'm going to move this off to the side so I can bring in the TI-83 calculator, well, TI-84 graphing calculator. The TI-83 also does matrices as well. So here's what we're going to do here. The first thing I'm going to press is a second and x to the 1. Right above x to the 1 is the word matrix. So here we want to enter this matrix in. So to do that, we always press second x to the 1. Second x to the 1 to get this. We're entering a brand new matrix in this calculator. So what I'm going to do is use my right arrow key to highlight the menu that says edit. And you're going to get these, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. What I'm going to do is enter this matrix in A. So I'm going to select number 1. Okay, now you're going to get this. You're going to get two numbers here. The first number represents the rows in this matrix. The second number represents the number of columns. In this case here, we have 3 rows, 4 columns. 3 rows, 4 columns. So the first number will be a 3, so we type in the 3, then hit enter. The next number is a 4, because there are 4 columns. And then hit enter, because it's a 3 by 4 matrix. Matrices are in rows and columns here. 3 rows, 4 columns, so it's a 3 by 4 matrix. Now we're going to enter each individual element row by row, because the first row is 2, 1, 2, and 18. So we're going to enter that row first. So enter 2, then enter, then type in 1, then enter, then 2, enter, and then 18, enter. And then next will be 1, negative 1, 2, and 9. That's your second row. So it'll be 1, enter, negative 1, enter, 2, enter, and then 9, enter. And then 1, 2, negative 1, 6, that's your third row. So we enter 1, enter, 2, enter, -1, enter, then 6, enter. Okay, so that's how we enter a 3x4 matrix. And keep in mind, when you enter the last element for the last row, you must press the enter key. Okay, that's very important. Okay, to get out of this, we're going to press second and then the mode key, which is actually second quit. So second mode to get out. Okay, so now here's how we're going to get our answer for our ordered triple. Let's press second and then X to the 1 for our matrix. Now what we want is the math menu, so we press the right arrow key to highlight the math menu. Okay, now we're going to press that down arrow key because I'm going to show you which item we're going to need. It's this one under B, and it's abbreviated RREF. Let me explain what RREF means. RREF is the abbreviation for Reduced Row Echelon Form. Reduced Row Echelon Form. What that means is this. Now, in row echelon form, you had ones along the main diagonal and zeros underneath it. With reduced row echelon form, you'll have ones along the main diagonal, but you can have zeros below the ones and zeros above the ones. That's what we mean by reduced row echelon form. Ones along the main diagonal, zeros above and below those ones. And X, Y, and Z represent your ordered pairs. Or your ordered triple for that system of equations. So in this case here, we want RREF. Okay? So when you use your down arrow key to highlight item B, you want to press enter. So here, this is RREF. Now we want matrix A. So what I'm going to do is press second and then X to the -1 for the matrix. Under the menu that says names, we're going to select this first one because that's where we stored that matrix that we just entered in earlier. It was stored in matrix A under number 1, so we select number 1. Okay, and that's going to be pulled up, and then we close the parentheses, and then we hit enter. That's your matrix in reduced row echelon form. As you can see, the ones are along the main diagonal. You have zeros above and below the ones. And on the far right hand side, the 5, the 2, and the 3, that's your ordered triple. 5, X is 5, Y is 2, Z is 3. So for this system of equations here, your ordered triple will be 5, 2, 3. Which is exactly what I came up with when I did the matrix row operations in the prior video for matrix systems for matrix solutions for linear systems. Okay? And I suppose I can do another problem similar to this. That way you'll get the hang of how to use your graphing calculator to solve a system of linear equations. Let's say I have this. X plus 3y equals to 0. And then the next equation is x plus y plus z is equal to 1. And then the third equation, 3x minus y minus z is equal to 11. And here I want to use my graphing calculator to solve this system of linear equations. Let's first convert this into an augmented matrix. Okay. The first equation, x plus 3y equal to 0. Here, it'll be a 1 and then a 3. There is no z term here, so I have to put a 0 here. Then my constant will be on the right side, which is 0. And then second, x plus y plus z is equal to 1. X has a coefficient of 1, y has a coefficient of 1, and z has a coefficient of 1. So it'll be 1, 1, 1, and then the constant on the right side will be 1. Then for 3x minus y minus z is equal to 11, the coefficient of x is 3. The coefficient of y is negative 1. For z, its coefficient is negative 1, and the constant is 11. Okay. So that's how I convert that into a augmented matrix. Now the next thing I'm going to do here is go ahead and type this into the graphing calculator. So if I clear this, press second x to the negative 1 for the matrix. We're entering a new matrix, so let's go to edit using our right arrow key. What I'm going to do here is go ahead and change matrix A. So I'm going to select number 1. It's still 3 rows, 4 columns. Okay, still 3 rows, 4 columns. So if I want to type over the 3 and then hit enter, and then type over the 4 and hit enter, that's fine. Or use your right arrow key to go to your first element in the first row. We enter each element row by row. So for 1, 3, 0, 0, so we type in 1, enter, 3, enter, 0, enter, 0, enter. That's the first row. Now for the second row, we do the same thing one by one. 1, enter, 1, then enter, 1, enter, 1, enter, and 1, enter. The third row, we press 3, enter, negative 1, enter, negative 1, enter, 11, enter. Okay? Because we have to press enter after each element, especially the last one. Well, including the last one. Okay? Now to get out of this, press second and mode. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is press second, x to the 1. We want to go to the math menu, so we highlight the math menu using our right arrow key. Use your down arrow key to find RREF, which is reduced row echelon form. That's under B. Reduced row echelon form, RREF. Then hit enter. And then we stored this in A. So we want second, x to the 1. And under the names menu, we will select number 1. And then hit enter. Close your parentheses, I'm sorry. Now we hit enter. Now you can see it's in reduced row echelon form. We have 1s in the main diagonal and 0s underneath it. But look at your numbers on the right hand side. Those are your coordinates for x, y, and z. 3, negative 1, negative 1. That's your ordered triple that you're looking for. So for this system of equations here, So for this system of equations here, the order triple will be 3, negative 1, and 1. And if you have the time, you can go ahead and do the check by replacing the x and the y and the z in each one of these individual equations to see if the left side is equal to the right side. Okay, so that's your order triple here. Hopefully this video will assist you to do some of the problems using the calculator by using what we call reduced row echelon form.